Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. Let's now get a pulse of New Jersey citizens and voters when it comes to some of the key personalities across the nation and in New Jersey, and a couple of issues as well. Ashley Koning has just been promoted. She is now the director of the Eagleton Poll at Rutgers University.
Thank you, Larry.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's wonderful. You'll still keep doing the show, right? Even
Always.
with you're not going to big time us.
Always. I'm saying it here.
Let's start with the presidential race.
Sure.
Is New Jersey in play at all?
No, and New Jersey really hasn't been in play for decades now. It's always been a pretty blue state in the past couple decades. Obama won it by 17 points last time around. Clinton's leading by double digits, whether or not you include Johnson and Stein or if it's just a Clinton-Trump head-to-head. So I don't think this is a state that Clinton needs to be worried about.
Which is important because it means you're probably not going to be seeing money spent here on
Right.
the election. You're not going to see the candidates here.
Right.
So they're going to skip over New Jersey, considering it's conceding it to Hillary Clinton.
Right, except for Trump, who does have ties with Governor Christie, so he may dabble in New Jersey because of his affiliation with it, but we probably won't see a big play here in the state. Clinton is kind of... her favorability is pretty decent right now in the state, nowhere near as where it was when she was Secretary of State before pre-2016 election cycles, but Trump is down to the mid to low 20s in terms of favorability with New Jersey voters. So this is not a contest.
You brought up Christie. We may not see him. He might be out campaigning in other states for Donald Trump as well. How is he doing?
Well, New Jersey voters feel that, and they've been feeling it for quite some time. He's now at a new all-time low once again. This has been the story every time we go back in the field with a new poll. Governor Christie's now at 23% favorable and 26% approval rating. So this is the lowest now for the governor, and it's just been happening since Bridgegate in January 2014, so which has been pretty much wholly responsible for his downfall. And there was a slight window there where he could have maybe reclaimed it after the primaries, but kind of giving his allegiance over to the Trump campaign. New Jersey voters are just very grim in terms of their outlook on Governor Christie, and it does not seem to be improving in any way, either overall or on a bunch of different issues, whether it's taxes, the economy and jobs, or transportation.
Let's key on transportation for a second, because
Sure.
he made a pretty dramatic stand in putting in an executive order, putting a stop to all non-essential projects in the state over a fight over the gas tax. How is that playing?
So 25% approval rating for Governor Christie on transportation and infrastructure alone. It is not playing well, and in fact, we're at one of the lowest points ever in terms of the overall direction of the state. And why do New Jersey voters say this? It's a lot of times because of the Transportation Trust Fund, because of infrastructure. Those are key points that New Jersey voters mention as to why they think the state is off on the wrong track. Now, just 25% actually approve of where the state is headed.
Well, a Transportation Trust Fund, I would think in most states would not be top of mind.
Right.
I don't think people would even know if it was funded or not funded, but Jersey voters understand it.
They know, they understand, they see the roads and the conditions of the roads, they see the congestion, and unfortunately they see things happening like what happened in the Hoboken terminal. So they're frustrated, and this is clearly a key issue for them in judging both Christie and the direction of the state, and they're not happy with either one.
North Jersey gambling, by your polls, is it going to pass?
You know, if these patterns hold up through Election Day, it is not going to pass. We actually see that a solid majority would disapprove of the ballot amendment when told the exact wording of what the ballot says with casino expansion. And this is not really anything new. New Jersey voters have never really warmed to the idea of casino expansion. This goes as far back as 1979 when we polled it back then. And this was when New Jerseyans really approved of casino gambling and saw it as perhaps a benefit for the state. But when they're asked why they disapprove of it, New Jersey voters point directly to Atlantic City, and they think that what has happened in Atlantic City would translate into what would happen with any new casinos, and that there's just too much competition right now from other areas.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
Do you break it down between voters in North Jersey and voters in South Jersey? Because there's a coalition in South Jersey that's against it, but it doesn't sound like people in North Jersey are for it.
There's not a whole lot of demographic differences when you're looking at region, gender, partisanship. This is really an issue across the board where there's disapproval. Some in South Jersey are saying it's not going to affect me, it will be in North Jersey. Some in North Jersey are saying it will affect South Jersey, I don't want that to happen, like what happened in South Jersey. So really it's just a mix of opinions on this where everybody is disapproving of this issue, but maybe for different reasons. So I don't know if it's necessarily a regional difference. I think all New Jerseyans see that casino gambling would maybe benefit the economy, maybe benefit tourism, but in one of our polls last spring, they said it would definitely hurt the areas where new casinos would be built, and it would definitely hurt Atlantic City.
I know, that was the big thing. That's what fascinated me, because everybody was saying it's going to kill Atlantic City. It will crush Atlantic City. I didn't ever hear the argument, which is, I guess, is top on mind, that it would hurt the areas where it was going. That's kind of new to me. I shortchanged you, by the way, when I said about your promotion. It's Dr. Ashley Koning,
Thank you.
PhD,
Thank you so much.
the new director of the Eagleton Poll at Rutgers University. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much,
Thank you for
Larry.
being here. And that wraps up Jersey Matters for this week. I'm Larry Menti. Stick around for another thing.